In this video, I'm going to break down the 3 steps that it takes for you to leave the 9-to-5 world, never have to work again, and start your passive income journey towards becoming wealthy. Now you got to excuse me, I'm just waking up in the morning, I'm just having my coffee, and the reason that things look like this, if you're old to the channel, if you're not new, things look like this because I'm setting up a studio upstairs. It's going to look a lot different here on YouTube in a minute, but for right now I had to adjust a few things, make some room. Anyway, you came for the 3 steps for you to leave your 9-to-5, leave the rat race so that you could become, free, right? That's what everybody wants. You want total freedom, want financial freedom. Is it a myth? Is it real? Is it a real thing? Like, you want to know all these things. So I'm going to break down the 3 steps you have to take in order. Everyone takes the same journey, the 3 steps that you have to take in order for you to become financially free. But first, a quick introduction. First of all, before I do the first, before I do that, who am I? I am the infamous Joel, and back in 2019, I came home from doing 7 years in prison. I only had $50 on my pocket, and I came in here into this beautiful online world and started scaling affiliate marketing, products and services, started selling courses, started doing everything I could to hustle and grind and to get myself that passive income so that I wouldn't ever have to work a 9-to-5 ever again. Now, I'm not a millionaire yet at the time of this video, but I do make 6 figures online. I do whatever I want. I'm kind of free and just hang out and talk to you guys. So I just wanted to say that so that you could see that I was pretty qualified to talk about this. I'm not some special silver spoon baby. I didn't inherit anything. I didn't have some 6-figure job already and then leave and start my own online business or anything. I started from the very, very bottom. So I can tell you guys it's very possible, but you have to have these 3 things in place. So what are these 3 things? Number one is changing your focus from money to time. Now, what do I mean by that? Because a lot of people, this goes way over their head. I have people even in my own circle that really don't understand the concept of time being your most valuable asset in life versus money. Everyone who wants to leave the 9-to-5 world, become financially free and all this stuff. I've had hundreds and thousands of clients over the years who've bought my courses, my coaching programs, whatever. And they'll always focus on money first. I need money. What you're really searching for is time. But I want to go deeper than that. I want you to fall in love with time. I want you to respect your time, because there is a hidden wealth secret that all the rich people in the world keep secret from you, that all the rich people in the world don't want to talk to you about, and that even when someone like me, who's not super rich or anything like that, has some pretty good amount of passive income, and I can just kind of do what I want, even when I explain it to you, a lot of times it goes over people's heads. So let me try to break it down, this time thing. So the most important thing about time is understanding something, a hidden cost called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost. I want you to write that down, tattoo it, write it in a notebook somewhere. It's very important stuff for you to know this. This is step number 1 for you to get to your financial freedom, for you to get to your passive income goals, whether it be online, offline, whatever, where you want to get into real estate. You have to understand opportunity cost. So what does that mean? Opportunity cost. It means this. It means that everyone is allotted the same 24 hours every single day. Everyone on the planet Earth has the exact same starting point. Everyone on the face of the planet has the exact same amount of time to work with. So what separates people who are super successful versus people who are not so successful is not that they're smarter, it's not that they're better, it's not that they're faster, it's that they have more connections, that they have all this other stuff. It's that they spend their time, their precious valuable time that they don't have a whole lot of, on the things that will ultimately make them successful. I've had way too many clients who come to me and they say, I can't make it work. I have this online business, or I have this other thing going on, and I don't know what's going on. I can't really make any money. I make a little bit and then I quit and then I don't know what's happening. But when we really sit down and we have a one-on-one and we talk about, okay, well, how do you spend your day? Let's look at your day. When we really talk about how they spend their day, number 1, they have a whole lot of excuses. Well, I have kids and they have soccer practice, and then I have this, and then I have bills, and I have to go to work, and then I sit down and I'm stressed out, so I watch Netflix and I play PlayStation and I do all the. Okay, now I don't mean to be an asshole here. I don't mean to be rough and tell people, oh no, you can't spend time with your kids, you can't do any of this stuff. I do it. I'm just saying that at some point you have to recognize those things as excuses. You have to start looking at the fact that, okay, if I keep saying that, if I keep saying, well, I have all these other obligations, then what you're really saying is then becoming financially free is really not that important to you. I want to repeat that again. What you're really saying is that becoming financially free is really not that important to you. So I want you to transform that in your mind. I want you to switch that. I want you to think of becoming financially free as just as important as spending time with your children, just as important as spending time with your loved one. It needs to be way up there in the upper echelons of importance, because this is your life. This is your family. All that time that you want to spend with your kids and your husband and your brother and your whatever, and whatever you want to do, travel or whatever, it won't happen until you get financial freedom. So you have to put a lot of other crap to the side. You like playing Xbox and whatnot. I like playing Xbox and whatnot too. But when I was building my businesses, I was pushing that stuff to the side in the meantime, because I knew, hey, this is way more important. Let me put as much time and energy into this as I can. But it's not just the working part. What's also very important to use your time on is studying. It's learning. Read books, take courses, go here on YouTube, go through videos, spend your time filling your head with knowledge about what to do. Think of it like this. The more knowledgeable you are, the more you stand on the shoulders of giants. You don't have to know everything about putting a business together or any of that stuff. You don't have to know anything, because if you learn from people that have already done it, link in the description, right? If you learn from people that have already done it, then you can leapfrog that process. I can tell you about all the mistakes I made, all the pitfalls to watch out for. Now you're skipping ahead of the line. You're skipping all these weeks, months, and years of you would have possibly made some mistakes, right? But instead, you avoided them because you just listened to a mentor, a coach, somebody who's already done it. But again, you can't really do that if all you're doing is spending your time, your free time, on Netflix and all these other things. That's opportunity cost. You don't see it, but it's actually costing you money. So opportunity cost, again, works like this. It's the time that you're spending on an activity that's not going to generate you income in the long run. That is actually costing you money in the future. So it's a very, very, very important concept for people who are trying to live this other life to understand and learn. Another small example, I have a networking event that I'm going to on Wednesday at the time of this video, Wednesday night here in my town. And it's a networking event for entrepreneurs. I want to go there. I want to link up and meet with people and get to know people, get to know me, and create a network and be around people who are like-minded like me, who like to talk about business. Or I can spend my Wednesday night and watch, the Sixers, who I'm a big fan of the Sixers. I go watch them play their, playoff game or whatever. But honestly, I haven't had a whole lot of time to watch sports and whatnot because I've been worrying about my business. I've been focused on my goals and what I'm trying to do. I'll watch the headline later. It's important for me to focus on these things. Opportunity cost is paramount, because who knows, if I would sit there and watch the basketball game instead of going to this network event, who's to say if I go to the networking event, I meet some investor who has millions and millions of dollars and I tell him about some of my ideas and he's willing to fund those ideas. But I never would have met that person had I sat there and played basketball or watched basketball and whatnot, and football, whatever you guys want to watch. That's what you have to think about, is my time is super important. You got to start guarding your time like your life depends on it. Someone comes along and starts blabbing to you about some nonsense, wasting your time, get them out of the way, block them, walk away. You have to start valuing your time, which leads me into my next one. Number 2 is your circle. Okay. A lot of my clients, a lot of people just starting their own business, just doing something for the first time. They come from a family, and I did too, okay? Come from a family of blue collar workers. And here's the problem with that. Blue collar workers, God bless their soul, they're wonderful, awesome people. I love blue collar workers, what I come from. That's my roots. I'm from a hardworking family and everything like that. But they're so indoctrinated into the working world, the working class world, I call it, where it's like work hard, work your ass off for 60 years and, retire with a boss and all this. Like, work is such a very high bar where it's like, this is the most important thing in the world. Just for you to work really, really hard, be the best worker on the team, be the employee of the month. This is something that is a very, very, very much the highest level of morals, right? Inside of that family structure where it's like, you guys need to be workers and you're the best worker on the planet. But when you come along and you say to that same family, well, listen, I don't really want to work. I kind of want to be lazy. I seen this guy on YouTube, the infamous Joel, and he talked about, hey, value laziness. Stop valuing hard work. And it kind of blew my mind. I was like, oh, well, why would I? Lazy? That's bad. Isn't laziness bad? I come from a family where everybody says stop being lazy. Lazy is bad. But if you look at all the wealthy people, look at the 1% and 2% people, what do? Nothing. They're lazy, right? Somebody that you're paying rent to right now is down in the Florida Keys on a jet ski like this. They're not doing anything. They're not working hard. It's about working smart. It's about putting together passive income systems in place so that you don't have to work. We now live in a technology age where it's extremely easy to wake up this morning, have an idea for a website or a sales funnel or a business or course or something, and by the afternoon, you already have a business, full-fledged business up and running, starting making passive income, just like that. So why would anybody work nowadays? It feels like that multi-generational work hard, go to school, all that's industrial age thinking where this is how you get to the top and work really hard and break your back for years. This is how you get to the top. This is how you get to a place where you can finally be comfortable. They haven't realized that everything has gotten a lot faster. Your information has gotten faster. Your video games have gotten faster. Your sports have gotten a lot faster. Everything has gotten a lot faster. And the internet has changed the world in a way where we have access to literally everything in 2 minutes, right? You order something from Amazon Prime, it shows up in 2 seconds, right? Overnight. Right? That's never happened before. But what is it about people and your family and everybody else, the blue collar kind of world, the rat race world? What is it about people that they haven't realized that not only has all that other stuff gotten faster, the instant gratification, I can watch Instagram models in 2 seconds and all that stuff. What is it about that they haven't figured out that also money has gotten a lot faster? Also, the ability to start and run your own business has gotten a lot faster. Also, digital real estate. Real estate has gotten a lot faster. This is digital real estate. YouTube. You can go out and try to apply for a mortgage and start this whole real estate empire, or just start a YouTube channel. It's the same thing. Takes 10 seconds. So number 2 is actually to surround yourself with like-minded individuals. It's really, really hard to be an angel in hell. And it's really, really hard to be a demon in heaven. It doesn't matter. And for those of you who are not overly sensitive, you know exactly what I mean. What I'm saying is that you're out of place. If you're in your family and your friends and all that structure, and you go and you say in that group and you say, hey guys, how about I've been thinking about starting this business, but they're all in that employee hard work mindset, and they're all going to deter you. They're going to say, oh, that's risky. That's scary. How do you know it's not a scam? How do you know it's not? You have to understand what they're doing is they're projecting, right? They're projecting their own beliefs, their own insecurities, their own, well, if I can't do it, I know you can't do it because you're in my circle. And they have this subconscious fear that you might actually succeed. And if you succeed, it's not that they won't be happy for you. It's that you may not hang out with them anymore. They might lose you as a friend, as a family member. Everybody goes through it. All entrepreneurs who reach a certain level of success will all tell you the same thing. It's very lonely at the top. I can tell you that for a fact. It's very lonely at the top. Every time I go and I talk to some of my old friends, they look at me like I have 2 heads, because somehow I'm like super special and I'm different and I'm lucky or something, and they kind of like grovel under their breath. They're like, hey, how you been? But it's because they know that all I do is sit around on YouTube and goof off now because I have all this passive income. And it's not that I hate them. It's not that you have to actively go out of your way and go hate everybody in your family and say, screw you guys. It's that you just love them from a distance, and that you know that that particular energy is not going to serve you moving forward. So it's like, hey guys, this is what I plan to do with my life. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to this networking event on Wednesday night, and I'm going to start meeting some new people, because this energy that I've been feeding into for pretty much all my life, it's not working for me anymore. I don't want to be a hard worker. I don't want to work up the corporate ladder. I want to create my own ladder. I want to create my own thing. I want people to work for me. I need to start right now. And number 3, before we head out of here and before I forget, because I have this whole train of thought and I'm drinking coffee and I'm going crazy. Number 3 is the biggest one in my opinion. Stop worrying about things you can't control. I promise you this, that when I go and turn on the TV or I'm going through TikTok, I'm a big TikTok fan, I like TikTok, but I see all these political heads and people swinging this way and that way. What's right? What's wrong? What's going on in the world? The government says this. Well, Will Smith smacked somebody, all this other stuff. Look, a lot of that stuff is hilarious to me. I bought a ticket to the circus and I'm just watching and laughing. The whole thing is crazy. It's absolutely, the world has gone nuts. Okay, all of you guys know this. The world's gone completely insane. The government works for the corporate overlords now. We don't even know what the hell, we don't even know who they are. YouTube and everybody is just, intertwined. And Oh man, it's bad, right? It's really bad, but it's also stuff you can't control. I can't control it. I'm not going to march down the street with a picket sign because, again, we go back to problem number one, which is opportunity cost. I'm worried about myself and what I can control, my life, my business goals, my success, networking, meeting new people, having new ideas, brainstorming some of these YouTube videos, putting together some products and services that'll help you guys get to another level. I'm putting together if it's not already in the description down below, I'm putting together some templates to help you work on your credit, because credit is huge. I didn't know anything about credit growing up. I didn't know, nobody taught me how important credit and borrowing, the ability to borrow so that you can use leverage, so you can buy businesses, so you can buy real estate, so you can do things. Credit is super important, but my credit was terrible. So I started learning how to fix my credit, and I have a template down below if it's not in the description already. And I think it's like 17 bucks or something like that. I'm trying to make everything affordable for you guys so you can get moving forward. But the point I'm trying to make is this, is if you ask yourself, everything drives people to an emotional place nowadays for some reason. If you don't agree with something, and I don't agree with a lot of things, okay? I'm old school, and a lot of the stuff that happens nowadays, I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's a weird world for us millennials, right? We invented the internet, and not everybody's lost their freaking minds. But, but I have opinions, but at the same time, I'm not going to spend too much energy on it because I know I can't control it. I can't change it. I can't do anything about it. And, whatever. Okay. So I'm like, all right, well, that's good for them. And then you just keep on going, because the minute that you start spending too much energy on a subject, an event, something that has nothing to do with you, then you just start losing your freaking mind. Then you just start saying, like, you start using a lot of your time, opportunity cost, all this stuff. Guys, none of this stuff is hard. Okay, none of this stuff is hard. Also, I would say a secret one, rule number 4, is have a lot of self-confidence, because you're going to be faced with a lot of negativity, and not just from other people, not just from other things, right? Like your bar of soap hates you, but from yourself. You're going to have a little voice in your head says, oh, the infamous Joel, he's special, he's smart, he's something. I don't know, where does that even come from? Look at me. What the hell are you talking about? But what are you even talking about? All I did was sit around, right? All I did was use opportunity cost, sit around and read books, or, take courses online or whatever. And I just learned a few things, and that's it. Like, it's really not that hard. Then you just apply it. That's it. Like, but you have to make this super important. Watch your opportunity cost, watch your surroundings, stop worrying about things you can't control. Those 3 steps, and you're going to get to your goals, period, point blank. And secret number 4 is do it. That's it. Stop. Don't listen to that voice in your head. Don't listen to the identity you think you have, where it's like, well, I can't do that. Words that'll kill your business super fast. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. That's not me. Has there ever been a successful entrepreneur who that was them before they became a billionaire or whatever? Were they just born that way? That's just how they, like, that makes no sense. That's almost like I'll believe it when I see it, right? It's like a backwards way of thinking. I'll believe it when I see it. Well, you will never see it because you don't believe it. It's the other way around. You have to believe it first. You have to believe it first before you ever see it. You can't reap the fruits of your labor if you don't actually start taking the actions to move forward today to start doing those things. You can't say, well, one day I'm gonna have this $1 million business. I'm gonna grow it. It's gonna be a nail salon or whatever. And I say, well, but I'll believe it when I see it. Well, that makes no sense. That makes no sense. That language is basically saying to yourself, well, this nail salon is gonna drop out of the sky and fall on my head. No, you have to actually believe it now. Ignore your family and friends. Use your opportunity cost properly. Stop worrying about things you can't control and build this $1 million nail salon. Just go do it. Becoming successful, passive income, wealth. Even if you just want to leave your job and be comfortable, like somebody like me, I'm just comfortable. I'm not like super rich or anything, but even if you just want that, it's not hard at all. It really isn't. Every time I look back at my journey and I'm like, man, that was not hard at all. It's really not. A lot of times people just stop themselves. I've seen way too many people not even take the first step because I can't do it. I don't know how to do that. I'm not good enough. How do you do that? Well, every journey starts with one step, right? Not to be super overly philosophical, but take one course. Now you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of 99% of the population. Take the course down in my description below. I show you my whole step-by-step process, right? Selfish plug. But the point I'm trying to make is do something. Watch a YouTube video. It doesn't even cost money. How to start doing this, whatever that may be. Maybe you want to start your own record label. I don't know what the hell you want to do, but take one step towards in that direction and start using your opportunity cost, your time towards those things every day, constantly. Set aside some time. If you're really super, super busy all the time with kids and running around, soccer practice, whatever, okay, but there's still some time in your day. There has to be. Everybody has the same amount of time. How did you manage to build a life and fill it with so much nonsense that you literally have no time? There's no way. You have a phone, right? And you carry it around everywhere you go. You can't sit at your kid's soccer practice and scroll through your phone and watch YouTube or something. Of course you can. Don't make excuses. Don't do that. Don't be the one who's in the way of your own future. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get to the end of your life. You're going to have that last breath and you're going to say, I could have did more. I'm the infamous Joel and I'm out.